Welcome to the viewers for the lecture on structural analysis. Now, presently we are discussing about moment distribution method. In moment distribution method, already we have covered 7 lectures, 91 to 97. So, this is lecture number 98. Now, in lecture number 91 to 97, we have introduced the method. We have discussed the basic terms like stiffness, relative stiffness, carryover, moment distribution, and all these things we have discussed. Then we have discussed a few gate problems. And then we have done some problems on continuous beams, then on structural frames, and then on portal frames. So in the last lecture, namely lecture number 97, we have discussed portal frames subjected to symmetrical loading. Therefore, there was no sway in the earlier problem. So we have discussed portal frame without sway in the earlier lecture. Now in this lecture, we are going to take up portal frames with sway. Right. Now what is sway? Sway is the lateral movement of a structural frame. Lateral movement means base will be fixed or hinged. Base will not move. The frame, the columns AB and columns CD will just move to the right or move to the left. That is, the beam BC will move to the right or move to the left by an amount equal to delta. Such a lateral movement of the portal frame is called a side sway. Right. Actually, in practice, all structures will be subjected to sway because when we assume moment of inertia same for both columns, so during the construction, so there will be some error. So practically saying every frame will be subjected to side sway, but we idealize that the columns are of equal length, columns are truly vertical, columns having same moment of inertia, all these things. Anyway, let us go with the assumption. So according to our assumption, the problem that we discussed earlier was subjected to uniform loading, the frame was symmetrical, support condition same, everything is. So the frame was not subject to any side sway. Now we will take up frames with sway. So the frame that is shown on the right hand side is having a side sway of delta. Right. When there is a side sway of delta in moment distribution method, how to solve this problem? Right. Now before that, what are the situations under which side sway will occur? That also we know already, but I have not explained through figures. So we got number of figures here. Say the first frame, everything is symmetrical, length same, moment of inertia same, subjected to central concentrated load. But whereas support condition, A is fixed, D is hinged. Therefore, the frame will be subjected. There is an unsymmetry in the support condition. Therefore, that will be subjected to side sway. Second frame, everything is symmetrical. I varies. L fixed, UDL over the entire span, everything is same. Only thing is, there is geometric unsymmetry. Namely, column AB is of moment of inertia I and column CD is moment of inertia 2I. Therefore, there will be side sway. Third figure on the top, third from the left. So columns say I moment of inertia I length LL, fixed, bottom A and D are fixed and fixed. Everything is symmetrical. Only thing is the column is subjected to lateral load, horizontal load. So that is one case. Now coming to bottom, the first figure, that is fourth figure. Say moment of inertia is I, right? UDL over the entire span. Left support fixed, right support is also fixed. All these things are symmetrical. Only thing is the length of column L1 and length of column L2 are different. Therefore, this is a frame subjected to side sway. Next case, figure number 5, that is this frame, say columns, say of length L, moment of inertia I, A is fixed, D is also fixed, so this is B and C. A is fixed, D is also fixed, everything is symmetrical, but it is subjected to non-central load, so that will cause side sway. Next figure, sixth figure, this one, say this frame, columns are of equal length, moment of inertia is same for both cases, subjected to UDL over the entire span. The structure is geometrically as well as load wise perfectly symmetrical. But the thing is, the support D is assumed to settle by an amount equal to delta. So that will cause side sway. So different individual cases we have considered. The last one is, that is this figure is having all unsymmetrical, namely A is fixed, D is hinged, right. So this is B, this is C, right. Column AB is of length L1, column CD is of length L2. There is unsymmetry. Column AB is with moment of inertia I, column CD is moment of inertia 2I. So here it is fixed, here it is hinged. And also the load on the top is unsymmetrical. On the beam BC is unsymmetrical, non-central load. Also there is a lateral load. So combination of all these cases, all sorts of unsymmetry is there. This is a typical frame, contains number of unsymmetry. So all these frames, because of unsymmetry either in the geometry or in the support condition or in the loading or due to lateral loading, the frames will be subjected to side sway. So this is about side sway, right. Now next is, when there is side sway, the frames will be subjected to moments. The columns A, B and CD will be subjected to, when there is delta, we know that will be subjected to, in the case of say beams, suppose there is a beam, say let us say it is a fixed beam, when there is a settlement here, there is a settlement say here, we know at both ends will have, so here we will have a moment equal to 6A delta by L square, here also the value is 6A delta by L square. So when there is a settlement of support. Similarly, here the frame is subjected to side sway. The frame will be subjected to the frame will be so when the columns A, B and CD moves to the right through an amount equal to delta, there will be moments. So moments will get developed at supports A, B, C. Of course, D is a simply supported here, right. So moments will get developed. But in the case of beams, the settlement was given, we have been able to find out the fixed end moments. So if the fixed end moments are known, then this we can include in the calculation of fixed end moments if delta is known. But in the case of frames, number one, whether the frame will sway to the right or sway to the left itself will be a problem. Suppose the frame is subjected to a transverse load from left to right, we can say the frame will sway to the right. But there will be some frames in which we will not be able to find out whether the frame will sway to the right or sway to the left. That is number one doubt. Number two, what is the amount by which, what is the value of delta, that will not be known to us. Right. So in that case, we cannot account this in the calculation of fixed end moments. If we are able to add this in the calculation of fixed end moment, our moment distribution process will be simple. But here it is not possible. The direction as well as amount by which it sways will not be known. Therefore, here we have to follow a different procedure. Right. Now, what we are going to do in this method is, we are going to first assume that the frame will not be subjected to any side sway, and we are going to carry out non-sway moment distribution first. So the procedure here is calculate the fixed end moment, as we have done in number of problems, fixed end moments. Then calculate the distribution factors. Calculate the fixed end moments distribution. So we know how to find. We have done already. We have had 7 classes. So in all cases we have calculated all these things. So in this problem only the difference is that of sway, right? Fixed end moments. Then do the moment distribution. There will be side sway. Assuming that there is no side sway, so this is non-sway moment distribution. So as we have done earlier, we have to do these steps. The fourth step is we have to do the shear force calculations. We have to do the shear force calculations. So in the shear force calculations, now we know, suppose if there is a frame ABCD, I will just draw only the columns. If the frame, so A, B, C and D. Now we have calculated in the third step, we have calculated all the moments. Say, let us say this moment is clockwise, this moment is also clockwise. This moment is, say, anti-clockwise, this moment is anti-clockwise, let us say. So these are the support moments that you have got in the third step. So here in the last row we will have the values. So these values have been marked here. Let us say both are clockwise. MAB, MBA, they are clockwise, let us say. MCD, MDC, both are anti-clockwise, minus values. Now, so let us call this length as L1, this length as L2, whatever it may be. Right. Now, we have to, for these moments, we have to do the shear force calculations. Now, since these two moments are clockwise, the reactions will have to produce an anti-clockwise moment. Therefore, the reaction here will be to the right, the reaction here will be to the left. So this is HAB, this is HBA. So this we know already how to calculate these values. So this we have to do the calculation, right? Now coming to this, column CD, both are anti-clockwise moments. So for equilibrium, you want a clockwise moment. So clockwise moment means the reaction here will be towards left. So this is HDC. So this will be towards right. HDC. CD, right. So these are the reaction values as far as the columns are concerned, right. So we have forget about the beam for the time being, right. Now HAB, let us say 20 kilonewton, HDC, let us say equal to 40 kilonewton. We will take some round number. Now let us say in the given frame there is no lateral load. In the given frame there is no lateral load. So in this case HAB plus HDC in the absence of the horizontal forces on the columns AB and CD must be equal to 0. Actually in this frame the problem is it will not be equal to 0. HAB plus HDC will not be equal to 0. Must be equal to 0, will not be 0. So this is our problem, right. Why? It is because of the wrong assumption. What assumption we have made? The frame is unsymmetrical. Say the length of this is L1, the length of this is L2. The frame will be subjected to side sway. We have started the analysis assuming that there will be no side sway. Therefore, because of this problem will be there. The horizontal equilibrium will not be there, right. Therefore, it has to be equal to 0. It must be equal to 0. So here it is 20 towards right, here it is 20 towards right, here it is 40 towards left. Actually we have to find out what is the difference. You have to find out HAB difference HDC. HAB is 20 towards right, difference 40, the difference is 20. The difference is 20 kilonewton. One is towards right, the other one is towards left. Difference. Which is more? 20 is more. That is from right to left is more. The net is towards right. Net is towards left. Therefore, because of this, the frame will not be under equilibrium. Therefore, if the frame has to be, that is, this will cause sway. This will cause sway, right? Now, for this frame to be equilibrium, what you have to do here is you apply another force of a horizontal force of 20 kilonewton. So this 20 kilonewton force, when we assume that the frame will not be subjected to side sway, this 20 kilonewton force is preventing the sway. This is the force preventing the sway. Because 20 plus 20, 40 towards right, 40 towards left, now it is under equilibrium. So this force is preventing the sway. Therefore, what you have to do is, we have to apply so you have to apply a sway force of 20 kilonewton. So this force is the a sway force. This is the sway force because this is preventing the sway. We have assumed the frame not subjected to side sway. That means 20 kN force from left to right, if it is applied, the sway is prevented. Right. It is what we have found out. But this is not the force acting. This is assumed to prevent the sway. Right. Now, apply that force in the opposite direction. Now we have to apply the force. Apply the force in the opposite direction. Therefore, in this case, the sway force equal to 20 kilonewton. 20 kilonewton is not always say 20 kilonewtons. So 20 kilonewtons towards left is the sway force. So this is our step number 5. Actually we have discussed 4 steps. Say step number 1 is finding out the fixed end moment, distribution factor, moment distribution, all these things, and including shear force calculation, all these things as non-sway frame. Now we have got the sway force. Sway force is 20 kilonewton towards left. Right. Now the next step is we have to go for sway moment distribution. Next is sway moment distribution. Sway moment distribution. Right. Let us call this as L1, L2, I1, I2. Right. Now, sway moment distribution. Only the columns in this problem. So later we will discuss when the beam will also undergo settlement. Now in this case, columns are vertical, beam is horizontal. So beam will not undergo any settlement in this problem. Right. Now, sway moment distribution is to be carried out. Right. So the columns AB and the column CD will be subjected to sway to the right or to the left. In this case, in this problem, since the sway force is 20 kilonewton towards left, the column AB and CD will sway to the left. So when it sways to the left, when the sway is to the left by delta, of course at both ends it will be the same, this value will be the same, delta. As far as columns AB and column CD are concerned, we will have a clockwise moment here, we will have a clockwise moment here, and here also we will have a clockwise moment. Moments will get developed because of the side sway. So in the first case, the moment will be 6 EI for the column AB. In the case of AB, at both ends we will have a moment of 6E I1 delta by L1 square. In column CD, both will be plus because the sway is to the left. Right. So here it will be 6E I2 delta by L2 square. So these are the end moments MAB, not only in AB as well as BA. In AB as well as BA, this will be the moment. In CD as well as DC, because both are fixed ends. Therefore, this moment will get developed at AB as well as BA, DC as well as CD. These are the moments that will be getting developed. Right. So column beam BC will not be subject to any moment. Right. Now we have to carry out the moment distribution. Right. To carry out the moment distribution, so we know joint, say joint standard tabulation, we know I will write down only the name of the members AB, BC, BA, BA, BC, CB, CD and DC. So AB and BA together, BC and CB together, and DC and CD together. Right. Right. Now, what are the values of fixed end moments? So, what are the actually these moments actually called consistent moments? We will call this as fixed end moment. We will call this as fixed end. So, what are the moments that are to be assumed here? And distribution factor, all those things are not needed here. Just we have to do it in the actual problem. Now we are discussing only the procedure. What moments are to be assumed here? AB and BA will be subjected to moment. CD and DC will be subjected to moment. Delta E is not known. Therefore, we will not be able to substitute the numerical value straight away. So, there is a calculation for that. That is, this is 6A delta by L square. We will take this length L1 as 6 meters, L1 as 6 meters, L2 as 4 meters, L2 as 4 meters. Let us call I1 as I itself, I2 as 2I, 2I. Therefore, this value will be 6E I1 equal to I delta by L1 square, L1 equal to 6. So, 6 square, that is equal to EI delta by 6. So, that is the moment, right, after substitution and simplification. So, here it is 6E I equal to 2I delta by L2 square equal to 4 square. So, this is equal to say 12 EI delta by 16. This we can say EI delta into 3 by 4. 3 by 4 after simplification, after substitution of L1, L2, I1, I2. I think our calculation, of course, it is only for discussion. Even there is a mistake, that's not a problem, right? So, these are the support moments for the given lengths and given moment of inertias. So, we have to find out the ratio, that is MBA, ratio is MBA by MBA by MCD equal to that is EI by 6, EI delta by 6 divided by 3 EI delta by 4 is equal to EI delta by 6 into 4 by 3 EI delta. So, delta EI, these values will get cancelled. This is equal to 4 by, this is equal to 4 by 18, 4 by 18, 4 by 18, or we can have it as it is, or 2 by 9 or 1 by, that is not necessary. Just this ratio equal to 4 and 18. 4 and 18. In this ratio, we have to assume the moments. Now, coming to, so MBA by MCD equal to 4 by 18. Right. Now, MBA equal to MAB. AB equal to. The next one is MCD equal to MDC. we can assume in the same ratio. We have found out the ratio MBA equal to 4, MCD equal to 80. In this ratio, we have to assume the moments, right? So this can be assumed as 4 kilonewton meter itself. When this is assumed as 4, this has to be 18. Or MAB, MBA can be assumed as 8. So the same ratio we have to maintain. So this has to be 36. So 4, 8, 18, 36. Or this can be assumed as 16, or this can be assumed as 72. That is 16 by 72 will be equal to 4 here by 18. 4 by 18. So in that ratio we can assume any value. In the same, this ratio is to be maintained, whatever ratio. Therefore we can assume 4 and 18, 8 and 36, 16 and 72, or 40 and 180. Any value we can assume. In that ratio we have to assume. Therefore now here the frame is assumed to sway to the left. So both moments will be clockwise. If the frame sways to the right, both values will be negative. Right. Now coming to this point. So MAB, let us say 8 and 36. No problem. Any value you can assume. So here it is 8.00. 8.00. BC and CB will not be subjected to any moment. So here it is 8 means 36. So here it is 36.00. Here it is 36.00. So these are the assumed moments for which we have to carry out the moment distribution. So finding out these values is very important. Now you know the distribution factor, all these values already we have done it in the case of non-sway moment distribution. So for these values we have to carry out the next moment distribution. So that is sway moment distribution. So this is step number 6, sway moment distribution. Right. Now next is now 7. Again step number 7. Step number 7 is shear force. Again, for the values in the previous step, for the moment distribution here, you will have one final value, final moments. Yes, for these values we have to do the shear force calculation as we have done in the 4th step, right? So this will give you HAB. So for a change, previously we used H, let us say FAB. Let us say FAB and FDC. Let us find out these values. Here again, we have to find out FAB, that is as we have done, mark column, whatever is the final value, just mark the moments from which you find out the reaction. We have done already. Same calculation we have to do here. FAB is say some value, FDC is some other value, and we have to find out FAB difference FDC, and find out the force or find out the sway force. So find out the sway force X equal to, just find out the sway force. Now from which, if the sway force of course the calculations will be lengthy, but it is unavoidable. It's unavoidable because finally, after all the calculations, suppose if there is if this value is 92, 92. So previously we have calculated this sway force as 20. Now it is 92. 92. Right. Now in the previous table, suppose if we take this value, this moment, namely in AB, this value, whatever it may be the value, right? Whatever may be the, so that value is, yes, due to, yeah, if the sway force is 92 kilonewton, if it is 92 kilonewton, we will be getting MAB. In the present tabulation. Suppose if the sway force is 20, sway force is actually 20 only. Sway force is 20. So if 92 kilonewton is the sway, for this sway force, this is the moment. Right? But our actual sway force is 20. Therefore, so we have to multiply this. So this 20 by 92 is the correction factor. So this correction factor we have to find out from this sway force and the sway force that we already obtained, taking care of sign. If they are in the same direction, it is plus. If one is in the direction towards left and one is towards direction towards the right, then you have to use minus sign. Sign is another important point. So here let us say both are in the same direction. Therefore 20 by 92 is a correction factor. So it will be say a point something. So this is the correction factor. So this is step number 7. So we have just now you have completed step number 7, that is previous page. Step number 6 is this thing. Step number 7 is that of, it has gone to some other place. So shear force calculations. Yes, shear force calculations. So that I have not written. That is shear force calculations again. Right. Now shear force calculation that came here. Actually it is to go to the previous page. No problem. Right. Right. Now next step is that of you have to find out the final moments. So we are going to find out the final moments. Final moments will be consisting of, say, one is non-sway moments. They have first carried out one analysis assuming that the frame will not be subjected to any side sway. So that is in the step number 3. That is in the step number 3. This is from step number 3. Right. Second, corrected sway moments. That is, the values here in this tabulation are to be multiplied by the correction factor that you have found out. All these values, this value, all these values are to be multiplied by the correction factor, and that we have to write it here. So the multiply by the moment multiply by the correction factor. So that will give you these values. So we call it as MAB, MBA, MBC up to MDC. All values you have to. All values you have to just find out, and then you have to find out the final moments. So next will be that of final moments. So this non-sway moment plus corrected sway moment will give you this moment. So this plus this will give you this. So this correction, we have to find out the correction factor, correct the sway moments, because sway moment distribution has been done for an assumed moments from which we have got what is the correct value. So we just got the correction factor. So these are the corrected values. So these two values when added will get the final moments. So these are the final moments for which we have to draw the bending moment diagram. So next step, this is step number 8. Next step will be that of bending moment diagram, and next is that of shear force diagram. So that will complete this problem. So this procedure has to be familiar. The procedure will take a lot of time, and it has to be done. We cannot. So before closing this lecture, I'll just give one more information. So we have to be familiar with all the steps. Suppose if there is a frame, like this. Suppose there is a frame like this. Obviously, this frame is unsymmetrical. Column AB is vertical, column CD is inclined, all these things. So in the earlier case, we have discussed the beam will not undergo any displacement. Suppose this is the problem, then when there is, as far as column AB is concerned, so assuming the sway to the right, now because this will undergo a lateral displacement in this direction. Therefore, so this beam will undergo a displacement like this, and this column initially it will be horizontal, because we are not allowing any rotation, we are allowing only sway, we are not allowing any rotation. So it will go like this. The thing is, the horizontal displacement, this value is delta. Suppose if this is delta, this will also be equal to delta. Right. Now this beam will undergo a vertical displacement. So this is for the beam. This is for the delta beam, vertically up. And for this, so this is for the column. So this column, for this column CD, so let us call this as ABCD. In this case, the beam will also undergo settlement, right? So AB undergoes a sway of delta, so that this CD will also undergo horizontal displacement of delta. This delta and this delta will be the same. So from this we have to calculate what is the vertical displacement of the beam, for which actually compared to B, C has gone up. Therefore, both will be subjected to a clockwise moment of 6A delta by L square. That is delta we have to find out. This is not delta beam, but we have to find out from this angle. We have to find out what is if the horizontal displacement is delta, what is the value of delta for the beam, and what is the value of delta for the column. Column is inclined, so perpendicular distance. What is the value that you have to find out? So this is for the column. So these values using the angle, vertical distance, horizontal distance, we have to calculate. Once that is calculated, so for this it will be both 6A delta by L square. For the column CD, say compared to the left support, right support goes down, again it is minus 6A delta by L square. For the beam, it will be, both will be plus 6A delta by L square. For columns it will be minus minus, for beam it will be plus, because the right support moves up. So it will be plus 6A delta by L square. So substituting the appropriate values of L, E, I, etc., we can just so therefore in the sway moment distribution, there will be values for the beams also. So in the earlier problem it was not there. Now here we will have all the 6 values, MAB, BA, BC, CB, CD, DC, etc. Right? So just to show the difference, I have taken this. So that completes the procedure for analysis of a portal frame subjected to side sway. I repeat, it is going to involve lengthy calculations. Initially, for doing a problem on this topic, it will take roughly 1.5 hours. But by practice, when you practice second time, third time, fourth time, etc., it is possible to do this problem in 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So only practice will make things perfect. So that completes this lecture. We will continue numerical example on this in the next lecture. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.